Most of these entertainers wouldn't know a roast if it had a spit up its ass and an apple in its mouth. I'm just kidding. They've all been fantastic, especially our roast master, Miss Freak Nasty. Let's give it up for Greg. I know it's a lot of work to wrangle all us crazy entertainers, but as a mom, she's used to solving problems, cleaning up messes, hell, even having to change a dirty diaper. But we are so sorry that you had to do all those things backstage today here at Drew's place. Pat McCooter particularly apologizes and thanks you for your help with the diaper incident. Getting older, y'all. Is it fun? Depends on who you ask. But let's get to the real reason we're here today, Miss Iris LaFleur. The queen with Beale Street grit, Midtown charm, and legs spread wider than the Mississippi. Aside from raising funds for a great cause, we are here today celebrating Iris's 11 years in drag. 11 years in the game, y'all. I've been watching her since basically the beginning, and after all this time, I can say with great confidence, this is probably about as good as it's gonna get. In case you did not know, Miss Iris and I are sisters. We came up together in the shallow end of the gene pool. I got all the looks, and she got a third nipple. Which, if you're into that sort of thing, hit her up on Grindr or check out her OnlyFans. Miss Iris LaFleur, or Iris the Flower. And like the flower, she is beautiful to behold. But don't stop to sniff the roses, y'all. She smells like regret wrapped in an old gym sock. Unless you're into that sort of thing. In which case, check out her OnlyFans. Now, speaking of regret wrapped in an old gym sock, y'all ever had a Hot Pocket? Better yet, have you ever seen Miss Iris LaFleur perform Hot Pocket?
All the time.
If not, then you've probably never seen Iris, never been to Drew's, and have no frame of reference for anything you've heard over the last hour. But for the rest of you who know the song and know Iris, then you know why that song is such a perfect match for her. Because just like a Hot Pocket, Iris is hot on the outside and cold and disappointing inside. It's true. Much like a Hot Pocket, Iris seems like a really good idea at the time, but you're going to regret it in the morning. Because, like a Hot Pocket, the picture is always much better and much bigger than what you're actually getting. But hey, like a Hot Pocket, from start to finish, the whole sad affair is over in about 10 minutes. And even though it is unfulfilling, it's cheap, it's easy, and you can probably pick it up at the corner gas station around 2 a.m. I hoped if I made enough of these Hot Pocket jokes that even she would get tired of hearing this shit. But seriously, y'all, I mean, like, every time I went out, she was doing this number over and over and over. And after hundreds of times, she still don't know the fucking words. Speaking of knowing your words, you'll have to forgive me if I am referring to my notes here. I did prepare my remarks for today. I always like to be prepared. Unlike Miss Iris, who is a little notorious for flying by the seat of her padded ass. It's true, I have seen Iris fly through that dressing room door, slap on a 25-minute excuse for a face, some old shake-and-go wig, a musty-ass costume out of her gym bag, throw herself on the stage. But after 45 minutes to catch her breath, I think she looks great today, y'all. Now, Iris did invite me here because I'm usually known for being the sweet one. And it's true, I don't have a mean bone in my body. I used to, but I had it removed along with a couple of floating ribs so that I could... That's not a confession for the Lord's Day. And even as the nice one, I am here to roast. That's what I'm supposed to do, but still, I don't want to make Iris cry or anything. Though it would be the first genuine emotion I'd ever seen her show on stage. And we've shared the stage many times, she and I. It started many, many moons ago in my first pageant, when she won Miss Gay Tennessee America, and I was her lovely first alternate. But we both went on to nationals, where I placed in the top 10, and Miss Little Flower did not. Proving that you cannot sleep your way to the top of every competition. Well, no, that's not true. You probably can, but you gotta fuck the judges before the pageant. Girl. And even though I did place higher than her at Miss Gay America.
Way higher.
She was not bitter, not at all. After 2 sets of slashed tires and a year of not talking to me, water under the bridge. That is sisterhood. And yet still, as her good sister, she misspelled my name on the flyer for this event. 3 times. 3 times, y'all. That 3rd time she sent it and I saw it, I about come unglued faster than one of her eyebrows. But I pointed it out and she was like, it's fine. She just laughed it off. I was like, oh, honey, you know English isn't my strong suit. And I'm like, no shit, bitch. You obviously majored in lunch. No tea, no shade, but if you followed Iris's career, we have all watched her grow over the last 10 years. No, okay, to be fair, we have watched her fluctuate. Because her weight has gone up and down more often than her panties at the pumping station. Iris is a slut, but she has had more wieners in her than the hot dog rotisserie behind the bar over there. And we know how many fundraisers that old bitch has seen. And the rotisserie's old too. No, but for real, Iris has done a lot in her decade in drag. She performs all over, right here at Drew's Place. Next Friday, she's in my show over at my home bar at Atomic Rose. You can catch her down at say, Club Infinity. She's always making the rounds. She's always been known for making the rounds. Yeah? She's a slut. Okay, obviously the subtle's not gonna work. Let's just stick to blunt and harsh. Like Iris's contour. To be fair, we all know she's pretty, and she really has come into her own in this craft by tremendous leaps and bounds. I was judging Miss Glamour Memphis, where Miss Zoe Adams won her crown. Miss Iris was performing and emceeing, and it had been a little while since I'd seen her. And since today is a day for brutal honesty, I've never really known Iris to put a lot of emotion into her performances. Matter of fact, she once lost a lip sync to a sock puppet. And nobody was operating the sock puppet. Though to be fair, somebody did have their fist up Iris's ass, but that's just another Saturday night at the pub. But anyway, that night at Miss Glamour Memphis, I was truly gagged, y'all. Iris came out, she did this number, and I confess that I don't remember what the song was, but she was wearing the silver fringy bodysuit, you know, the one, you've seen it. Trust me, you've seen it. The emotion and the drama was so real. I was so moved. I was like for real, I was impressed. So I go backstage to tell her how great I think she was, and she's now in evening gown mode. She's got the gown, she's got the hair, she's giving me elegance, a royalty title holder, and so I tell her like how amazing she was, how great she looks. Straight up, she looks me dead in the eye and goes, "Bitch, you know I'm stunning." And I'm like, it's true, but that eyebrow's still popping up. And I admit, brows are extremely difficult, and it's way easier if you just shave them off. Which would be really easy since we're going to be shaving your head anyway if we make enough money, right? Right? I'm really excited, y'all. If we make enough money and we shave her head, I want to start calling her Mr. Clean. Which is way nicer than what they call her down at the free clinic. Miss High Risk LaFleur. Speaking of, seriously, a little off topic, but seriously, did you know Memphis has its own strain of syphilis? True fact, our own, like, super hybrid Memphilis.
That's the real thing.
And the woman responsible is here today. Give it up one more time for Miss Iris LaFleur. Remember, y'all, you are going to get your chance to roast Miss Iris. I hope you brought some coins. coins and your reading glasses, because all the money will go to a really wonderful cause, the Little Flower Food Pantry. And I solemnly swear that Iris the Hut will not eat a bite of it. But, seriously. Iris, thank you for inviting me to be a part of this event. Thank you for sharing your pageantry journey with me, for giving me the opportunity to watch you grow. Thank you most of all for continuing to keep on keeping on, because you really do prove to me that real drag endures. It is. It's been an incredible pleasure getting to know you, and even though I'm like a foot taller, I will always look up to you. Oh, Downsy, they spit on you? Yeah. No, it's true. That's it. That's my sweet moment. No punchlines, no funny, no laughs. Just like your Vitamita Vegemin talent routine. All right, y'all. Let's give it up one more time for our other roasters here today. Miss Zoe Adams. The only queen in town whose photos are more photoshopped than mine. Y'all, that shit has been touched and retouched and touched and retouched. The only queen who's been touched more is Iris LaFleur. and ZZ Top. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat McCooter. There you are. It has been so long since I have seen Pat and shared a dressing room, and I swear it's like he's lost 50 pounds. But worry not. Iris found them, and she's keeping them safe for you. And Mr. Will Ryder, the man of the hour, here today representing the Lollipop Guild. Will and Pat McCooter were supposed to be the only facial hair that you saw showcased on the stage today. But judging by the hair of Iris's chinny chin chin, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Miss Aubrey, Boom Boom, Butt Cookie, Santangelo, Davenport, Cassadine, Jingle Can you imagine having all those last names and not a dime of alimony to show for it? That litany is longer than the list of guys that Iris has fucked for money. But how Iris spends her money is her business. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Again, remember, if you enjoyed me, I'm Bella DuBalle. If you hated me, I'm Holly Walnuts. Now I'm going to turn things back over to Miss Freak Nasty, because there has to be a Glinda to balance out all these witches you'd rather drop a house on. Thanks, y'all.